AEW's Double or Nothing, or is May 23rd, and this was originally going to be at the end of the month, or around the end of the month, but due to the current pandemic, the MGM Grand Arena canceled every event up through the end of May. But they had to do it. Safety concerns again. Around 6,000 tickets were sold. I believe for this year. I think it's for this year. Yes, and you just can't have 6,000 people. Even with that, and counting the crew and counting all the wrestlers, all the other things, you can't have that this day and age. You cannot do that. It's not possible to do that. So it will be from an undisclosed location, and I believe it'll just be one night. I know we've been getting used to the 2-night pay-per-views, like WrestleMania, Performance Center Mania, whatever you want to call it, had 2 nights. Rebellion or Impact just finished their second night of 2 weeks of television, which is great for them to separate it between 2 weeks. It makes sense since they only have one show a week. I don't know if they're going to do 2 nights. I don't think so. But the only match we do know about is the final in the tournament to crown the inaugural AEW TNT Championship. I think this is the first time for a Turner broadcasted station to have a television title since WCW television title. That was like all the way back in 2000, 2001, so maybe over almost 20, 30 years now. Yeah, it has to be about 20 years. Just kind of crazy to think about. But the idea for this is to have like a network championship in a way, like I said, like the NWA had their television title, the WCW had their television title. And a lot of back when television was still king, and sometimes people still think it is, depending who you talk about. The television title was defended weekly, and it was great. It was a great thing to see. I don't know if that's going to be the same thing for this championship, but time will tell on that, because the final is something we were kind of expecting, but I wasn't sure it was going to happen. But it is Cody Rhodes against Lance Archer to crown the first champion. Of course, Cody can no longer challenge for the World Championship, so it just makes sense to put him in this tournament due to his own decree. But Lance Archer has been very dominant over the past few months here, and few weeks here, and even going back to his time in Japan was very dominant. And even having a legend like Jake the Snake Roberts, some people would argue is the master of psychology, the master of just the psychological war games on your side, teaching you what to do, what not to do, how to get in somebody's head, and just how to dominate just with your size. I mean, Jake wasn't a small guy either, but compared to Archer, he's not a giant for sure. And it's very odd. I don't know who to pick here, because people would think, oh, Cody can't challenge for the world title, so just give him the mid-card title. And I don't even know if it's going to be a mid-card title. This could be just a world championship for TNT every week. Ever since we don't know the world champion's going to be there every week, we don't know who's going to be there every week because of this pandemic. We don't know. But I will pick Archer just because he's been dominant, he's been undefeated, and this is the match that they've been building towards. I wouldn't be surprised if Cody won, but I'm going to pick Archer just based on he's someone I feel should be the first champion, and someone would be a believable champion at that. But with that being said, Double or Nothing, May 23rd. It will still happen. There were reports of it not happening again due to the MGM Grand basically eliminating all events in the month of May. But this will be a great card. There'll be more matches added over the next few weeks. We'll see what happens. It'll be a great night for sure.